Geeky Monkey TV.
Hey everybody, welcome to another Geeky Monkey unboxing. In this case, it's a retro unboxing of Galaxy Invader 1000 from CGL, Computer Games Limited, back when video games were called computer games, because that was more futuristic and scientific and stuff. And you might recognize this product with the same name, but from a different manufacturer. And you might also recognize the product with a different name and a different manufacturer, because Galaxy Invader 1000 was originally produced by a company called Gakan, the Japanese manufacturer who originally produced this product, and the others in this line of electronic games, and then licensed it to CGL and also to a company called Tandy, who you may remember from the 80s as being like the 80s version of Maplin. Is probably the best way to describe Tandy. They used to make home computers, American computers, that kind of thing. But this one is CGL. The Tandy one I think came out in 1982, and the CGL and the Gakan versions came out in 1980. So, I mean, as you can see, this box here is, it's kind of beaten up. It's a little bit, careworn. Well loved, I think is the term we like to use. But I mean, think about it. This is from 1980. This product is 35 years old. I mean, that is super cool. That this product has survived at all. This artifact of childhood is, I think that's pretty cool. This is older than me. That's puts things into perspective. So let's just take a little look at the box here. We can see computer space battle game with dynamic sound and light, a 2-color fluorescent display panel, and get this, 2K bytes, a whole 2,000 bytes. And just to put that into perspective, that is 0.00002 of a gigabyte. That's the computational power that computer games back in 1980 were dealing with. 0.00002% of a gig. Wow. That's like barely more than a calculator. So anyway, yeah, Galaxy Invader 1000, you can see it's, this sort of, it's a pretty cool piece of artwork, but you can imagine if this came out today, like there'd be all kinds of explosions and, crazy stuff and characters, and this would all be like flashes and everything all over the place. This would be a way different product if released today. There's a little bit of detail on the side. In fact, they're just repeating the stuff that's on the front. It's kind of cool they actually show you what the thing looks like on the front of the package, rather than just dressing it up with characters. The back of the box is what's really interesting, because check out this. Specification, it tells you what the main electronic parts are. That it's got this amazing 2K bytes, and it lists transistors, diodes, and 2-color fluorescent display panel. Like, your choice as a consumer as to what game you bought might be influenced by how many transistors and diodes it has in there. But that's pretty cool. Power. Penlight batteries. That's a phrase you don't hear anymore, right? It takes 4 of them, so 4 AA batteries. It's pretty power hungry, this thing, has to be said. Which, in one sense, is surprising, given what it is. But remember, this is back in the 80s, It's not like today where a little AA battery will power just about anything. So there we go. That's just the layout. It tells you the layout of the screen. It's pretty much the instruction book on the back of the box, which is cool. Especially since this particular one doesn't have the instruction manual inside. As I say, this is a kind of beaten up relic of the past, but that's cool because we're not really concerned with like all the packaging and stuff. We just want the game itself, because that's the secret to our childhood right here. And here it is, Galaxy Invader 1000. It's a nicely designed product. I mean, you can imagine this is like a rendering by Sid Mead or something in a Blade Runner behind the scenes documentary. Look at those angles and stuff. It kind of looks like a spaceship. In fact, it looks a little like Luke's speeder from if you turn it upside down, it looks like Luke's speeder from Star Wars when he was in Tatooine. So let's just look at the back here. Galaxy Invader 1000. Try and get that. And it just tells you, again, the instructions. This was back in the day when instructions were always at hand, because they're just assuming that granddad's going to open this or dad's going to open this, and they ain't going to have a clue. That much has never changed history. Parents and grandparents don't have a clue how computer games work, so they've got to put the instructions on everything. It's got to be on the box, it's got to be on the back of the thing, it's got to be everywhere. So there we go, and that's at the front of this. You can see the panel here. Now, Galaxy Invader 1000, it was preceded by Gakan's original game, which was just called Invader. Then there was this one, Invader 1000, and then there was Invader 2000, 3000, and so on. But the series kind of peaked with Invader 1000. Really, because in gameplay terms, like we're talking about an old Space Invaders knockoff from the 80s in terms of gameplay, right? But in gameplay terms, it was the most sophisticated and yet the most streamlined at the same time. So basically what happens is, I'm going to turn this on in a minute so we can see what happens. But so we have the top tier here. This is the UFO zone, right? So this is where the big red dudes come. They're the bad guys, the bad boys of the bad guy army. And they hover around for like a few moments and they disappear. So you nab one of those guys, you get 10 points. And then the rest of these tiers down here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's where the regular enemies will come down, and they'll sort of come down Space Invaders style, move around. And the lower they get, the less points you get for smashing them. Pretty simple. So 10 points for nailing one of the red dudes, and then 5 and below, depending on how low the other guys get. Unlike Space Invaders, there's no 3 bases at the bottom to act as sort of like shields to block your shots or impede theirs. Instead, there's a sort of underground level, the missile station level. So you've got 3 missile silos here, which are effectively your lives. Once one of those gets nailed, you lose a life. And G is ground level. Now, you don't want to let the aliens get to ground level. If aliens get to ground level, that's it. Game over. You're doomed. Humanity is wiped out. And the controls here, super, super simple. Look at this. Missile rudder. And this is so cool. This is like a... Like we have thumbsticks today on like the Xbox and the PS4 pad. But thumbsticks are not... This is like a joystick of old. I mean, look at that. Look at that sort of recoil on that bad boy. Nice and supportive. 30 years, man. 35 years that this has been played with. And look at that. Completely intact. Still going strong. You know, an Xbox controller today will last you like a year, and then the shoulders will be knackered. The pad will be, you know, the thumbstick will be all grindy. And look at this lovely big red button of doom. The sort of thing that Nixon would have in his war room, right? And he goes, we're going to go to war. Hit the red button of doom. Blow everybody up. And here's the levels, 1, 2, or 3. Depending on how fast you want the bad guys to come down. For the purpose of showing you guys, we're going to leave it on level 1, you know, probably because I'm going to have to play this in front of the camera, so I'm probably going to get munched. But I should say, the first time I played this the other day, which would be the first time in a number of years, I did clear the game on my first go. So the way it works is, you have, this is interesting, you have 250 missiles to start with. Actually, you know, it doesn't display how many missiles you have, but it does keep count. So you have 250 missiles. The game is over either when all your missiles run out, you score 1,000 points by killing all the bad guys, or the invaders make it down to ground level and total your missile stations. So, you know, the game either ends when you run out of bullets, they win, or you win. You know, it's kind of a nice way of doing things. So let's boot this up, as it were. Whoa, these guys aren't messing around. See the UFO up there? Bad dude. So I've start off with 2 lives. Those are my 2 missile stations down below. And just these noises, right? If you played this game back in the day, these noises just immediately, the noise of the control stick and the noise of the button smashing and these bleeps and bloops, these will take you right back to, remember those car journeys? You take this in the car, you know, you'd be going down to, you know, Western-super-Mare or something, and you'd be sitting in the back just playing this, driving your dad crazy with like all the, for Christ's sake, turn the bloody noise off on that thing! And it was amazing because there's no way to turn the noise off on this. You know, there is no volume control. So, you know, it's just like, considering this is like a proto Game Boy before there was such a thing, you know, and you might want to think, oh, I gotta sneak this under the covers at night and play this in bed. And, you know, you couldn't play this in bed because this would be bleeping and blooping and, you know, the parents would know what you're up to. Man, I'm loving this. So you can fire 2 missiles at a time. The limitations of the two kilobytes memory on this thing. I'm doing pretty well here, seeing as I'm shooting and talking at the same time. So you can shoot 2 missiles at the same time. You can't spam a load of them. Look, if I try and spam, it doesn't work. You have to time them. And because you have a limited number of missiles, you can't just like move left and right and just keep going, shooting as many as you can, because, you know, you'll run out of missiles in a hurry. So what I'm going to try and do here is, well, I might try and play till 1,000. This might be kind of boring to watch, or it'll be hypnotic. If I can get to 1,000 in one run, I'm just gonna let this video play. So, yeah, I mean, as I say, there were a number of iterations of this over the years. They tried to relaunch the Invader series a few years, or not a few years back, you know, a little while back, as an updated sort of LCD version of this with a liquid crystal display as opposed to the LEDs. And you know, it just wasn't the same. It didn't have the tactility, it doesn't have the, you know, the same clunkiness and the noises. I mean, look at this thing. This is, damn it, talking and playing at the same time. But yeah, it didn't quite work out as well. In fact, the best replica of this there is a pretty good version. It's called Galaxy Invader 1000. You can get it on the App Store for Apple, for the iPhone and Android. It's 99p on iOS, and I think it's £1.49 on Android. And it's a pretty good iPad version of the game. If you can put up with the touchscreen controls, that's always the failing with iPad games, is the touchscreen. It's just not the same as shooting around with this. But yeah, you know, that's a pretty faithful rendition. And as I say, that'll cost you, you know, £1 or £1.50. Ah, you see what happened there? It bleeped. When you reach 700, you get 50 more missiles and you get an extra life. You get an extra missile station. So I'm probably going to crack 1,000 right here. So yeah, for £1 or £1.50, you can get a pretty good, you know, replica of this. Damn it, it's never going to be the same. You're not going to get the same tactility, the same feeling of playing this. But to buy one of these online, I mean, you can get one in slightly less good condition for, you know, a few quid, you know, 10, 20, 30 quid. Damn, that's what I get for talking. Last life. And, you know, one with a box in good condition, you know, with the instructions and everything in good nick, you know, that can run you up to like £80, £100, you know, to collectors. This is a serious artifact of our childhoods right here. I mean, kids today will probably play this for like 2 minutes and be like, oh man, this isn't like Call of Duty, this is boring, you can't even, you know, blah, blah, blah. There's no cutscenes, there's no story. Hold on, I'm trying to like get this at the same time. I really want to hit 1,000 points here, just so I can say like in one go I did this while playing and talking at the same time. Come on, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. 80. Come on, dude. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. And that's it. We've completed the game just like that. So there we go. Galaxy Invader 1000 from CGL or Gakkan or from Tandy Cosmic 1000. Such a cool, I mean, it's going to mean a lot more to you if you play this in your childhood. Fantastic little artifact of 80s video gaming, or computer gaming if you like. If you're too cheap or you don't want to spend, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40 quid, whatever on eBay, check out the app on iOS or Android. And yeah, this has been a great blast from the past, a great little trip down memory lane. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Check out more videos on Geeky Monkey, like and subscribe, and check out the print magazine, which is on stores now.